hair just blew back. Okay, I got a big tangle here. Hold
Yeah,
on.
it's windy here.
I should have untangled this
inside the house.
Inside the tree house. Okay. Yeah, the curtains keep blowing way out, and there's wind blowing on us. My little tea bag tag keeps flying out sideways from my teacup.
Fluttering. Uh-huh. Nice.
Okay, can I lean back? Let's see.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to relax as much as possible in this.
Let's see. I gotta adjust my levels
There we
here. Okay. That sounds good.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hi.
Hi. How you doing?
I'm still standing.
Fantastic.
Did you have a lot of trees down on your road?
Some.
Yeah, we did too.
Nothing I couldn't get around.
Somebody had made little chainsaw slots in them early when I took Ira to school, but then by the time we came down to the radio station, they'd cleaned them up already, so that was cool.
Yeah.
That is so unsettling behind you. The window is just gonna...
Yeah. It's supposed to stop the wind, but it's not doing its job very well,
It's not.
Yeah, I encountered a few branches and a telephone line that was had been compromised by a falling tree.
Yeah, we had to reroute last night coming home from trick-or-treating in Randolph because there were power lines down on whatever that back road from Randolph is that pops out.
No, that's not the one you take.
Yeah, the one that goes from
East Randolph.
Yeah. Whatever. We started to go from VTC over the hill, and we were turned back and had to go a different way. But
yeah,
it's okay. We got home. That was a monsoon crazy trick-or-treating. It was, well, first of all, Eli, who's down there on the floor in the studio, he doesn't have school today, for the first year ever didn't trick-or-treat. And I thought there'd be some ceremonial, this is my last year kind of thing. But it just was kind of non-memorable. Yeah. He was just that night. He was like, I don't really feel like going. I'm going to stay with Grandma and Grandpa. So
cool.
It just, all these things, all these milestone markers that we go by, I always think that there's going to be some light from the heavens saying this is it. This is the last time. I got really sad a while ago because I was dusting in the bathroom. We have 3 bathrooms in our house, and the one that I call my bathroom because it's really more of a closet at this point. I use it to store all my extra clothes. But it has the coziest bathtub situation in it. It doesn't have a shower. It has a tub.
Okay.
And that's where the kids used to always take their baths. And there's a basket of tub toys in there.
Tub toys.
And they were I picked them up and they were coated with dust and they were filthy. And I'm like, nobody's had a tubby for a really long time. They're all grown up now. But I was like, oh my God, I wish I'd known at some point when they had their last bath. So I could have just been
yeah.
I could have just savored it for a minute.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was the last time. You never know when something's the last time.
Right.
The door just opened, or was that just the wind?
No, I think that's Courtney taking off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Hey, I like your new video for your for sale property. It was really good.
Oh, thanks. That's actually not new. I mean, I did
what?
it.
I never saw it before.
Well, I did it last spring, but I definitely shared it more last night. I just decided I was going to really push
it's really
it.
Good. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I'm sick of being stuck in place.
I know.
So
I think I got some bites off my page. Well, a bunch of people were asking questions, so
nice.
That's good. Maybe they'll message you.
Yeah, got a lot of shares. Thank you.
It was a good
everyone.
It was a good video too. It was just very well done.
Thanks.
And the music doesn't hurt.
Well, you like jigs.
I do like jigs.
Yeah, we're gonna have some jigs today. One of the tracks of music we're gonna play is Doug Perkins playing jigs.
Jigs are good for clogging.
Yeah.
Jiggity jig, jig, jiggity jig, jig, jiggity jig, jig, jig.
That's it. Exactly. Yeah, so let's see.
Oh, I should introduce the show.
As an afterthought, of course.
As an afterthought, you people have tuned into 11th Hour Radio, broadcasting live from Royalton Community Radio every Friday at 11 a.m. WFVRLP 96.5. Thank you to our wonderful sponsors and underwriters who keep our station going. And the ones who have been assigned to us, in particular, I'm thinking I was buying myself some time. Jeez.
Okay.
our Rivendell Restoration Mountain Folk Concert Series, Howvale Farms, and Tunbridge Grease Collective. Mm-hmm. Did I get it?
Yeah. That was fab. That was fab.
So fab.
And we have listeners all over the place. We have some friends in Germany, John and Priscilla, listening right now.
I know a lot of people named John and Priscilla.
You do?
Well, no, just like one other couple.
That makes two. Okay.
So
nice.
Well,
it's a good combo.
John is a very common name. John and I have run into several other couples named John and
You're
Emily.
John.
Yeah.
You're John.
Because that combo is really common. Like John's one of the most common male names, and Emily is one of the most common female names. So it stands to reason that you would find that combo a lot in the world.
Yeah.
I think it makes us less stalkable too, because if anybody was going to try to stalk us, like, not that anybody would, like, it's
good,
very. We have the same name as everybody. It would be pretty hard to figure out which ones we are.
Yeah, true. That's thinking ahead. Mm-hmm. It's good to be safe.
Yep.
Better safe than sorry.
Thank my parents for that.
Yeah. I was out in, I think it was Wyoming once, and you know how motels have those big signs that they put, like, wedding announcements and stuff when there's events?
Or free HBO?
Yeah, sometimes it's that, but places that have a convention hall that have events.
Yes. Oh, you mean like real hotel, not like motels.
Well, kind of like a Best Western or something like that. So I pulled into one of those, and it said, the marquee said, happy wedding or something, Michael and Kristina.
Oh, weird.
And at the time I was married to a Michael.
Yeah.
So I took a picture of it.
That's super weird.
It was kind of strange.
Those are common names too, though.
Sort of.
Less common than my combination, but still pretty common.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got really annoyed because I thought I named my kids really unique names. Like, not off the wall, bizarre. I didn't name them, like Apple and ridiculous things. I named them names that were real names, but that nobody else was naming their kids. And then now there's a bazillions of them. And I feel cheated. I feel like somebody was stealing my names.
Yeah. Sorry.
It's okay.
I can't. I have the opposite. That I named some pretty weird names to my children, except for the third one's very common. The third,
I like
Anna.
All your kids.
Anna's very common.
Your kids'
the other
names
two
are fine. They're just right. They hit that, like, not completely usual, but they're not so out there that your kid hates you later for giving them a really weird name.
They like it pretty much, I think. Yeah. So we didn't really get flooding here, but other parts.
The river is up though. Look at that.
Yeah,
it's scary.
But the first branch didn't. The first branch looked pretty normal. Mm-hmm. I don't think we had any flooding on the first branch.
No,
which comes down into the White River.
Yeah,
White River looks.
I saw some horrible video footage of like Burlington and stuff. Though.
Yeah,
just people were wading through the streets, thigh deep in water.
Well, actually, up in Eden, you can't get in or out of Eden right now. I checked that because I was looking at some of the road closures just for fun.
Did you go over the Lincoln Gap, by the way, the other day?
Yeah, I did.
Was it fine?
Yeah.
Okay. So your kid didn't lie to you. But it was technically
technically closed.
But they don't block it. So you can try.
Exactly.
It's been so mild, it's probably safe at the moment.
Yeah, although tonight.
No, not
tonight.
Past this.
Yeah, I think people should probably stop using it. So they put the signs up early just in case.
Yeah.
Because if it does go below freezing, there could be a problem, especially on the Waitsfield side because it's colder because that faces east.
It was snowing at our house when we left to come here, so.
Well, I heard Montpelier, it was snowing for a minute this morning, so that qualifies for the first snow.
Ours is just kind of spitting little ice balls. But.
Yeah, I don't think we had that.
No.
But up in Albany, Vermont, there's flooding on Water Street. I checked that out. Yeah, and Holy Moly Road up in Irisburg.
Don't you love it when names fit the disaster or fit anything? Like I like it when. Well, I don't like it, but it's weird because my mother-in-law, when she had her hip redone, or maybe it was her knee, I can't remember. Her doctor. I believe his name was Dr. Machete, which I was like, oh.
No, yes. God, that's not, I don't.
Whoever he is, he's very handsome. She talked about how handsome he was for a really long time. So that It's probably a great
That
thing.
helped him through.
Yeah, but there are other doctors.
A handsome guy with
somewhere in this area is a doctor named Dr. Payne, which I think is just ridiculous. He has an E on the end of Payne, but still.
Yeah.
Depending on what field you're going to go into, you might just want to think about changing your name because
Possibly. Well, you always wonder
what's
if
in a
people,
name?
if
Like,
people
lots.
have done that. The people that have those matching types names that
Yeah.
match with their profession, it makes you wonder.
Talking about one of my clogging gals, this little girl, looks just like an illustration from. Did you ever read? I think she's a Vermont illustrator. Maybe she's from Norwich. I can't remember. Trina Schart-Hyman.
No, I don't know.
Anyway, I was like, that's the worst last name in the world, Schart-Hyman. Like she's an amazing artist. And you would absolutely know her illustrations, Kristina.
Yeah,
They're all in the children's books that you have.
Okay.
And she's an
That
amazing
is a kind of a
artist.
tough one. Maybe I just never thought about the name.
But I'm like,
never really
why?
connected.
Here's one of those names that if it was, I'm just Googling her for you because you will recognize it.
Yeah.
What? Like those are names that you just can't keep. You just can't. You just can't.
Well, if you grow up with it, it doesn't sound weird to you. It just sounds like your name. You've stopped thinking about it completely.
I know, but it's just
other people that think about it. So yeah, that's kind of a tough
oh my
name.
God, these windows.
Oh, I thought of speaking of calling things by funny.
Yeah, you have all these books. I know you. Have
let
them
me
all
see.
for
I
your
got to
kids.
look at your phone here.
It's on a cord. I'll send it over to you. You recognize those people? Those little illustration people? They look a certain way. All of her illustration people have the same kind of faces.
I'm not sure.
I know you have them. I think I've even seen some of these in your bookcases.
Oh, I'll have to check.
She does a lot of fairy tales and Norse myths.
Yeah,
and
I have a lot of that.
Anyway.
But I thought about how we talk about cat throw up a lot.
Yeah.
Well, I thought of a better way to refer to it because cat throw up is just not a very nice term.
You know what though? Our dog, our 200-pound Mastiff.
What, you going to argue with me
about
I just
what
found
to call cat
that's
so
throw
much
up?
worse than cat throw up. Like he got really anxious about something the other day. And when he gets anxious, he just throws up everywhere. And it was like, imagine if like an elephant had thrown up on your floor. That's what it was like.
What
it
like
took over the whole floor because it was like running in different directions.
Oh,
it was big and bad. Was it bad, Eli?
it was bad.
It was pretty bad.
I'm sorry.
So I was
Sorry you had to
suddenly
go through that
feeling
traumatic
like,
experience.
wow, cat throw up is
nothing in comparison.
nothing
See, everything in
compared to
life
when
is
an enormous
relative.
Dog throws
Yeah,
up.
it's true. It's all relative.
But enormous dogs throw up less than cats. Cats throw up constantly.
Yeah,
so.
mine are doing better since I started to feed them plain yogurt.
Really? Maybe
Yeah.
they needed the probiotics.
Well, I think so. The one that threw up a lot, she likes the plain yogurt and she just scoops
Dairy.
it up.
Cats love dairy. Are they supposed to eat it? Did somebody tell you they could eat it?
I think yogurt's better. It's more digestible than something like straight milk.
Yeah, I think I read somewhere that adult cats aren't supposed to have just like straight milk anymore.
Yeah,
like
but
you can
they
give a
love
kitten
it.
some. Of course
Barn
they
cats love it.
Our cats love cheese.
It's a
they love a little cheese crumble.
That's where I think a tradition has to override, this sort of science
Did you
analysis.
hear, though? This should make you happy. The FDA has moved beef and pork onto their carcinogenic list.
Oh.
So they finally are just like, oh, these actually give you cancer.
Oh, but you mean non-organic? Yeah.
No, any.
Really?
Just.
Oh, interesting.
It's bad for you.
Okay. All right.
I believe. I don't remember if it was not organic or not, but I think it was just all beef and pork products are now considered carcinogens.
Okay. Now you want to go back
cat throw up. Of course I want to go back. My God.
Yeah.
Did you think I was trying to steer you astray?
I know. You looked like you
Never.
did, but I just had to kind of, I had to make sure.
Yeah.
I don't want to force you into anything.
No.
Okay. Here, you ready? Kitty,
Oh, yeah.
Kitty Upchuck.
Kitty Upchuck. That's
Isn't
a lot
that
of
better?
syllables. Can you shorten it?
No, cat throw up is the same.
Like,
cat throw up is 3. Kitty Upchuck.
Ketchup.
Well, I guess it's 4, but it kind of blends together. Kitty Upchuck. It's easy to say once you practice it a bit. I just think it sounds more fun.
Fun. And Kitty Upchuck is nothing if not fun.
God, okay, forget it.
Especially in the
Forget it. Do
middle
your
of
cats
the
walk?
night.
Do you let your cats walk on cutting boards?
I don't let them. That's the good thing about having almost no counter space in our kitchen. I don't have to worry about the cats walking on the counters because there are no counters really. And what tiny little 1 foot square of counter that we actually have in our kitchen always is heaped up with,
smart
bread
dishes
or dishes
stuff.
or something.
Yeah,
so
good.
I don't have to. They refuse to stop laying on the table though, and I have done everything I can to train them to not lay on the table. When they were little, we used to scruff them, like we'd grab them by the scruff of the neck to take them off the table, and we would say, "No, table bad," and like we would put them on the floor.
No, table bad.
And they even know. They'll come into the room, and I'll be like, "No, why are you on the table?" And they just like look at you. They don't care.
Well,
whereas a dog, like
cats have no shame.
if my giant dog had been on the table and I told him he was bad, he would have like thrown up and made himself sick with shame for months.
Cats get offended when you talk like when you talk in a critical way to a cat. It gets offended and it just goes and it starts to lick itself.
More.
No, it gets to lick itself.
That's its nonchalant.
That's
like,
the
I'm
sign.
not listening to you, and you didn't. Whatever you said to me didn't affect me at all.
Right. That's exactly it. They're kind of giving you the cold shoulder and acting like
they're like, want to see how much I care?
Yeah,
I'm going to lick my little butthole right now.
Exactly. That's how it works with cats. I think it's kind of cool. I kind of like
cats
it.
have like 1 million ways to give you the middle finger because they don't have really middle fingers, so they have.
Well,
like,
my cat
all these
has
other
extra
ways.
toes.
Yeah,
and
that's
she's
true.
Yeah,
your cat can give you the double middle finger.
Right. And she does. But she has a good sense of humor, too. So sometimes the cats with more attitude, they have a good sense of humor, but they also, catitude. That's a good term, too. So we have kitty, upchuck, and catitude.
Are we going to turn into those people who talk about...
Well, do you want to talk about art? What do you want to talk about?
No, cats are better.
Well, I do have Personal Growth Friday topics for you that relate sort of to being creative. Okay. Or is that just boring?
No, that's fine.
Anybody wants to talk about that? Being creative?
Probably.
And how costly it is on your time and your...
It totally is.
You know, because I was working on my book again. I know I keep saying this. I keep coming in here and saying, oh, my book's done. And then the next week I come in and say, oh, I was working on my book this week. No, it doesn't quite make sense, does it?
I'm also a writer. I get it. I know.
Yeah, but it's just like to do it right. To take the time.
And you know what? Even when it's really and truly done, you're going to look at it and you'll be like, oh my God, why didn't I do this thing or that thing? So you might as well just keep doing this for a long time until it's really perfect.
Well, it has to be done now. It absolutely has to be done.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because it has to be out by Christmas.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, so the book designer has to design it now. I mean, she's got the first one done.
I still don't understand the point of a book designer. I think you have some design skills. I think you should be your own book designer.
No, it's like I can't do everything.
I know.
The book would not be out for another.
Let that out
I would have to learn.
That's like such a fun part.
Well, then I'd have to wait another year to get the book out, and I'd rather be writing another book rather than designing a book. So you're
so nice and optimistic. I'm so afraid that when I write a book, that'll be it. It'll be my one book that I ever write. So I'm like freaking out because I can't narrow down like which book I'm gonna.
Once you get a taste of it, once you get a taste of having finished a book, then you're going to want to finish another book.
Once my first book flops, I'll be sure to want to do another one right away.
Well, once you pick yourself up out of the gutter, you'll be like, now what do I do with my life? I guess I better write another book.
Oh my God!
Right? Because what else is there to do? Like your kids are going to be grown and gone, and your life is going to be empty, and you're going to feel like a nothing burger.
A nothing burger?
Yeah.
What is that?
That's what I feel like sometimes. So I just keep going back to work.
Good.
What else is there?
God.
I know. Well, it's time for a song anyway. Let's go to a song.
All right.
It's called Forgive and Forget. How appropriate.
Is this a jiggity jig?
No, this one is Mark
you said you're playing jigs today.
That's the next one. This is Mark Strusacker, and he abandoned Vermont and is actually retired to Montana. I think Montana or Wyoming. Maybe it's Wyoming.
That sounds nice.
Can't quite remember. But anyway, here's Mark Strusacker.
Okay.
Forgive and Forget.
Please call me darling, oh how I miss you. My heart is longing for you, yeah. Today I'm telling you, I'm still feeling blue. Why can't we forgive and forget? saw you walk away. Those things I said I still regret. Today I'm telling you I'm still feeling blue. Why can't we forgive and forget? It's time for me and you start our life anew. Let's try to love again. Today I'm telling you I'm still feeling blue. Why can't we forgive and forget? Please call me darling. Oh, how I miss you. My heart is longing for you, yeah. Today I'm telling you I'm still feeling blue. Why can't we forgive and forget? Why can't we forgive and forget?
Yeah, a little bit of fancy picking from Mark Strusacker.
It's still going. Something's going.
What, a train?
Something. No, some music was still going.
I don't think so.
Oh, never mind. It's my child.
You're hearing things.
It's my kid back there.
Oh, he's got a device. He's looking at a device.
I know.
Yeah.
Teenagers is so ridiculous.
And mysterious things are floating down the river.
Yeah,
we're
they
looking
are.
out the window and we're seeing stuff that's unidentifiable.
Things traveling down the river.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Yep.
So everyone is up in arms about the sugar house burning down last night. Apparently it burned down twice. Well, it didn't burn down the first time.
Last night it burned down twice?
Yes. Around 10 o'clock apparently, a passerby spotted flames on the front porch of the sugar house and ran up. It was like doused with gasoline. They could smell it everywhere. And they were able to put the fire out and called the fire department and stuff. And everybody was like, whoa,
that was a close call.
That was a close call. And then I guess around 3, a car was spotted fleeing from there or something. Was it 3? Maybe it was earlier. I don't know the time.
3 p.m.? Afternoon? No. A.m.?
No, it was probably much earlier than this.
Yeah, because I saw it on Facebook
posted,
before midnight.
You're right.
Yeah.
I think it was pretty early because now that I think of it, there were a bunch of people, friends of mine, who were out at a concert. And I didn't realize that a lot of people use the sugar house as sort of a park and ride in the evenings. Mm-hmm. So a bunch of people had left their cars there.
Ooh.
And were not allowed to retrieve their cars because it was so close to the flames.
And a crime scene.
Anyway, at some point, somebody came back, they think, because from what I heard, a vehicle was spotted tearing away from the scene before it went up again. So someone went around back and started another fire. They are suspecting arson is what it sounds like. But the sugar house is definitely a iconic landmark. You know what I'm really bummed about?
What?
Right inside the entryway to the sugar house.
Yeah.
Somebody made this tiny diorama of like a sugar house on a logging scene. It's in this huge glass case.
Oh, yeah.
And it was neat. And I remember even when I was a child that was there and I used to love to look at it. It was so detailed. Hand-carved little figures. One of the loggers only had one leg, which I always thought was the coolest thing. It was like it had a cane and it was...
Nice.
It just was the coolest thing, and now it's gone.
And that map with the pins, with the push, with the little, what do you call those pins that have the colored heads?
Just straight pins for sewing.
Yeah, but people from all over the world would come to Eaton Sugarhouse and they would put a pin in where they were from. It's this world map, so there's people all over the world.
It was very cool.
That probably got burned up. And all those balsam products that I like to buy.
Oh, man, that's true. And the giant checkers set that they always have for when you're waiting for to be seated, they have a giant set of checkers that you can play.
Yeah.
It's extra sad.
Bummer.
And it's so weird because I haven't been to the Sugar House for a couple of years. It used to be one of our favorite kind of hangout places to go, and we haven't been in ages.
Yeah.
And this whole past summer, I said my bucket list for the summer, which I didn't have a very big bucket list because we're very busy. I said, all right, we got to take our one trip to the island. I want to go tubing down the river because that was something I used to always do when I was a kid, and I said I need to have breakfast at the Sugar House. Those are my 3 summer things, and I didn't go tubing down the river, and I didn't have breakfast at the Sugar House. We did get to take our week on the island, but
oh, and all the maple sugar candy that got burned up.
Oh my god,
that's
sacrilegious.
Think about that, because they were actually make it there. You could look through the window and see the guy making the maple syrup candies.
I know. My brother-in-law's mom worked there for I don't even know how many 20, 30 years or something.
Wow.
But anyway, it's a suspicious thing.
It's very
Halloween
suspicious.
night. You know what? A lot of people get up to some really crummy shenanigans on Halloween night.
That's right.
You know? Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm out of maple syrup finally. I can't believe it. I had so many different jars that people had given me for the last couple of years.
But we didn't sugar last year, so I don't have any now myself. Usually we do. Usually we always
where
have
are we going to get some?
Well, I'm hoping that we will sugar again this year. You can get some at the Youngs. No, but you need it
now.
No, our neighbor's sugar right next to me, the Youngs, the people who built our barn floor.
Do they put hot dogs into the syrup?
I don't think so. But they get it on horse. They get it with horses. Doesn't that make you like it more?
Yeah.
Me too.
For sure. Okay, I'll
Nick
buy
and
some.
Hank go out there and
save my
they
money.
go through the woods and they're up to their bellies in the snow, and they stop and they have their big tank that they pull behind them, and everybody gets off and fills the tank.
Great. I have a coin jar that I put my coins into, and I'm going to take it to the Vermont State Employees Credit Union, where they have a machine that you can just dump your coins into, and it makes you money out of it.
Yeah. I kind of think that they might have one of those at this bank too. Now.
Cool. I've never done it. I've just seen people do it, and I think
John and Ira took a bunch of change to one
you
of
could
these.
come with me if you want. We could have a field trip. We could go to some other diner, like the Wayside, and they go get our coins turned into money.
Also, my youngest son also has a bank that sorts your coins out into their right.
I used to roll my coins.
Right, so then you can roll them, but that's not as fun as just dumping them all in.
We used to get those little paper sleeves and just actually manually count them all out and put them in there. That was the old-fashioned way when you did your own work. Whereas today, automation, everything's automated, which, I don't know. Pluses and minuses for sure on that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good to have stuff to do, like rolling coins. Just stuff, that if you were just sitting around your house, you'd have, I could roll the coins now.
I know. I keep trying to think of things to do with your hands that, my sister Jen and I have been going over one day a week to just check in on my Grammy and see if she needs to go grocery shopping or whatever. But she loves to do craft projects. And, years ago, when she lived in her own house, they would have one day a week where all of her lady friends came over and everybody would have a new craft idea. And they were always really awful things. Like if you take a CD and you put it in a bowl of water in the microwave, then you take it out. It's got this beautiful crackled finish to it. And then you can trim it in little shapes and make these like sun catchers.
Sort of like that.
Sort of like that melted record we have on the wall here. Yeah. And anyway, she used to make tin men out of like lots of tin cans. Like she would always get really upset if people like threw away a sardine can or whatever because she needed those for the feet. Damn it.
Oh, sure.
But anyway, so each lady would come, or maybe they took turns with coming up with the idea every week, and so they'd have a new craft idea. And
like
she misses
boondoggle.
Boondoggle. What's
Remember
that?
Boondoggle? Those little plastic laces that you lace together and you make like keychains and stuff.
Oh, that's called GIMP.
No, in my generation it was called boondoggle at Girl Scout camp. GIMP? No, that was the new name. That's like my kids might call it GIMP.
All right. It was called that even when I was a kid, though, I think, when I worked at summer camp.
Yeah, but I was a kid like 20 years before you were a kid. So, yeah, I was. Yeah. But we were better.
Yes, they do that.
I actually think my generation,
keychains out of like pony beads and stuff.
Yeah,
too.
my generation was better at boondoggle. I could generalize
Probably.
and say that that's probably the case because we took it more seriously.
I could make a mean friendship bracelet at a time. When you take the embroidery floss and you do all the little knots and make different designs.
I never
did kind of know how to do that once.
No, I'm the macramé generation. We did macramé because it was like a hippie thing.
No, you're on the very young
end of macramé.
Okay, yeah, that's more my mom.
But I was artsy, so I got a book called Macramé, and I went to a hippie school, so my teachers were hippies.
This is what pushed me away from. There's this book about natural childbirth that my sister made me read.
A natural segue.
No,
from boondoggle.
Yes,
no,
there's going to be a connection.
Childbirth.
Trust me. Okay, after my first kid, and it hurt so much, and it was so awful. My sister was like, "You've got to read this book. It was super hippie commune book about how you can focus your energies and blah, 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 blah. And it was really, first of all, I don't know why I didn't like reading it. It was explicit and weird. And then all the pictures, like nobody was wearing any clothes in any of the pictures, including the men. And I was like, what's the point of that?
My kids just discovered that book. They love that book.
It really irritated me. And it also irritated me because in every picture, not only was everyone naked, but there was a lot of macrame plant hangings like in every
You're thinking
single...
that book called Living on the Earth. Remember that one?
No, I'm not. It's like...
That was craft projects done by people in the nude.
It's like, it's not natural midwifery. It's like...
No, it's Ina
warm
May.
hands, warm heart.
Oh, I know what you mean.
No, I don't know.
There's a whole bunch of those books.
It tries to trick you that contractions aren't pain. It's like, we're going to call them rushes and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, that is bullshit.
I admit
super
that's
annoying.
fairly bogus.
And they just keep telling you that, like, if you just envision them as not being painful, they won't be painful and blah, 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 blah. And, the whole thing irritated me because I'm like, you know what?
These are just blatant lies.
It's all lies, and these people are psychotic, and probably half the people who wrote this book haven't even given birth, so they don't even know. They don't even know what they're talking about.
Well... No, that's
anyway, the
wrong.
point was
that's
the
wrong,
point was macrame. That was what the point.
I
can't remember what this book is.
Okay,
dang it. My sister.
Many hands, many hearts.
It's something like that. But Jen read it religiously.
Spiritual midwifery.
Maybe
that's Ina May.
That might be
That's
it.
a classic.
That sounds like
it's a classic, and it does have actually a lot of good information in it. It's not just a hippie book.
It was one of those big ones, like, oh, you should try to orgasm
fact.
As you're giving birth because it'll be better. And I'm like. What the hell? That is the furthest thing from your mind. Like,
yeah,
I can't even imagine. But Jen read it religiously, and she's like, okay, my first birth was so bad. I'm going to read this book, and we're going to change things.
Did she? And
I just looked at it. I read
success?
it too because I'm a speed reader, and I read it, and I was like, Jen, this whole book is bullshit. Do not buy into this. Just let's go in there with the coping measures that work for you.
Yeah.
Like she was like, no, Emily, you're being really pessimistic. And then we get into the birth.
Like painkillers?
No. I had all natural births.
What were your coping mechanisms?
Like, I think it's okay to scream or swear or do whatever you need to do and not be like, I'm loving this. These rushes are amazing. Oh. I don't know. But during the birth, she was like, you are right. I hate that book. So.
Really? She screamed it out and then out popped a child?
Pretty much.
Right.
Pretty much.
So that's the whole technique that could be capitalized upon.
The whole point was macrame, okay? So that soured me.
To macrame.
Basically.
Okay.
I liked it when I grew up with it. I mean, it was all around my house, too.
Sure.
So I'm not going to hold it against you that you like it.
No, I hate it.
Oh.
I don't like it now.
Look, another thing we have in common.
Sure. Okay.
Although I kind of get the hankering. Running a wedding business, I have all these stupid Pinterest boards of what the new fads are in wedding, fashion stuff.
Decor.
People are very big into their boho weddings now, and they use a lot of macrame. Those
Wait, what is boho?
They're all
Santa oriented, or like a dog with Santa.
Yes, that's exactly what
Bow
it is.
wow and ho ho ho, kind of put together.
They wear a lot of peasant dresses, and there's feathers.
Boho ho.
Anyway,
I know you're getting ready for Christmas already.
I am. I was playing Christmas music this morning.
I knew you were.
That's it. Halloween's over.
Yeah. And you have no shame about this whatsoever.
I have no shame. None.
You're probably already shopping for your Christmas decorations now because they are
crafting with Grammy. That's what we've been making.
Okay,
we've been making Christmas decorations. We just weaned her off of Halloween decorations and insects. She's got a big thing about insects, so she always has these craft projects for us that involve insects. Like last week, she made us make little bees out of pom-poms with a hot glue gun, and we got burnt a lot. And before that, we had to make spiders.
Yep.
And then more bees. We'd make bee puppets.
But
You love puppets.
Right. I like puppets and not clowns. Let's just get that straight.
Well, clowns are just...
puppets to a point. Puppets can cross the line, actually, to scary and evil.
Yeah.
Evil. Yeah. There are evil puppets.
Puppets are just like clowns' tools.
Well, no.
I don't know.
Clowns may have
they're related. They're in the
with
family.
A certain amount
puppets
of puppets.
are in the clown family, I would say.
No, really not.
I don't know.
I'm
going to start categorizing everything in the world.
Let me explain
I would
to
put
you.
puppets and clowns in a very similar category.
No. Because you can find the puppeteer behind the puppet, but you cannot find the man behind the clown.
You could just pull his nose off.
Yeah, but no one does because it's rude. We're polite to clowns, even though we don't want to be.
Oh.
You know, it's just we're very conditioned to accept them, but nobody likes them. Really. And I sent you that thing. Did you see that picture of some clowns that I sent you?
No.
On Facebook, you never read our Facebook page, 11th Hour Radio.
I did not see any clown pictures.
I sent you some picture that somebody had posted of some clowns. It was very upsetting.
Oh. Did you see my sister who looked like...
Yes. Myra?
A mime? No, yeah. Jen. That was Jen.
Oh. No, but Myra had looked like something.
Oh, she was a Day of the Dead person. That was different.
Yeah. Well, that was kind of...
Jen wanted to go to my sister's Halloween party as Betty Boop, and she saw this very easy makeup tutorial, and we both looked at it and we were like, we can do that in 2 seconds. And we tried it, and it was horrific.
It was like a big fail.
It was the worst thing I've ever seen. It was really ugly.
Sometimes
and
you can go with that though. Sometimes
I know, that's what I said. I was like, why don't you just hold a sign that says Pinterest fail? Like that would be funny. In today's world, that would be funny. Everybody would know. Because nothing on Pinterest actually works. So why don't you just...
It doesn't look like Betty Boop, right? Is that the point? It just looks like somebody with weird makeup.
It looks like a mime, or it looks like that guy it looks like Gene Simmons from Kiss. Is that who it was? Is that the lead singer of Kiss? Yes. My
Eli
child
says yes. Because I think so. Okay.
I think so too.
I didn't know Kiss personally. I mean, Arrowsmith maybe a little bit. I did go to a party once in a mansion in Boston with some rock stars.
Yeah.
Who were strutting around looking like rock stars, but I think it was Arrowsmith.
You've gone to lots of parties with lots of rock stars. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but that was an early, like I was...
You noticed that you never can watch any band for real anymore. Everywhere you go...
Because they lip sync? Because of lip syncing?
No. I mean, like, you could never see Aerosmith. You could see about 1 million Aerosmith cover bands. Everywhere that plays lately. And these are big, pricey tickets, too. Like, we were like, oh, let's go to the Barry Opera House. They're having I can't remember what it was. Something tribute. It's always tributes and cover bands.
But that's
tributes and cover
those
bands.
Guys,
where are the real people?
Because
even
those
the
guys
ones that are alive.
Listen, those guys made enough money. They don't need to go around to places like
Kristina,
Barry Opera House.
It was like $45 to go listen to a tribute band.
Well, that's riding on the wave of the fame.
I just feel like, what? Yeah, that's like what it would cost to see the real person.
No.
This is like, I get really mad
the
when
real person would be over $100
thrift stores
for
jack
a ticket.
Their price up. Like I went to a thrift shop the other day and I picked up a coat that I liked and it was $50 and I kept being like,
which store?
I can't say.
Which store? Why?
Because I feel bad for it.
Well, but I'm sure they have a range. Not all their coats are $50. They just happen to have one.
All of their prices went pretty
well, which one? Expose them.
High up.
It's not a bad thing.
Because it's like for a good cause.
It's not a criticism.
But I just don't understand what the point of thrift stores are that have the same price as
you have
clothes.
You just have to keep migrating to the thrift stores that are cheap. It seems like there is always a few thrift stores that stay with the dollar bag.
I think this one in town still has the dollar bag basement, right?
Right.
I haven't been in there in ages.
Well, probably last time you went with me.
Probably to buy some broken lamps. Because you just cannot resist a broken lamp.
But you need a flashlight down there. It's a little dark. There's those little
Yeah.
high basement windows that shed a tiny bit of light in one direction.
You can watch
but
people's
then,
ankles walking by
up
the
on the street.
and dogs. Tick, 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 tick.
Yeah, but it feels kind of, I don't know.
Cozy down there.
Yeah,
It feels safe.
You just feel like, wow.
like a bomb shelter.
So all is right with the world in the basement of the thrift store with the $1 bag.
The floor is very uneven too. You have to be
Watch your
careful when you
step.
walk, or you'll trip and fall.
Yeah, and all those electronics on the staircase down. Those old electronics.
I never even remember those were there.
Yeah, it's like old CD players and stuff like that. And dishes.
Yep. Lots of dishes. Lots
Yeah.
of Tupperware.
Wow, it's time for this. It's time for the jigs.
No train has gone by today, although it may have,
It's
and we just
late.
can't tell. Maybe it got blown off.
No, they trained. Remember, we talked about this last week, how the schedule's gotten later.
Yeah. But last week it was on time again.
No, it was not.
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't.
It was the week
No, it wasn't.
before that it came at the end of our show.
No.
Yeah.
It's been consistently late.
No, it came back on time again once.
No,
and we
it
were
didn't.
like, maybe that was just a special schedule.
Okay, here we go. 3 little jigs, Doug Perkins. Thanks, Doug and Patrick.
I forgot to look at my email this morning. Are we even on the air today? I mean, I've seen a bunch of emails about how
FM.
the stream's down,
Is
the stream's
FM?
going, the stream's down, the stream's
I
going.
don't know.
And we've had horrible wind in the night, so
Yeah.
I don't even know.
I don't know. I
Our
just
little broadcasty thing still seems to be stuck to the wall outside the studio. So
no
maybe that's
damage.
good.
Yeah, I don't worry because we do a podcast. I don't really worry too much
True.
because, hey, I got to drive on a donut this. Drive on my donut. I thought that would be a good name for a novel, Driving on Donuts. I don't know. It just has a certain
It's like
ring to
walking
it.
on eggshells, driving on donuts.
Yeah.
My memoir.
Yeah, driving on donuts. So of course I finally had to buy a new tire, which you don't want to. It's really a drag to have to buy a new tire right before you're going to switch to snow tires. But it was.
Have you bought snow tires yet?
No.
Okay, maybe don't yet because my Subaru is the same size as your Subaru, right?
Yeah,
and it has
you just
brand new studded snow tires
that
on
might
it.
that might
They
work
literally
out.
all they did was drive home from the store,
yes,
and that's
baby.
when my clutch went.
That's
so
fantastic.
I'm going to sell them pretty cheap, I think, because the car is just going to go for parts.
Okay, I'm at the top of your list.
Oh my
okay,
god, I
'cause
forgot that
it's-
you had I forgot that you had the same size car. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, if I
And they're
keep
nice,
it,
good
I'm sort of
ones.
on the cusp of because
Yeah.
Anna's getting rid of her car, and her car is better than my car, so I might take her car.
Don't you love that when your kids have way nicer stuff?
Yeah,
than you?
I know. It used to be they have like better computers than me.
Yeah,
I feel
no,
like
my kid has a way better computer than me because mine is about to die and his is new.
Yeah, no, I've caught up on the computer thing, but not
me.
with the cars. They do have better cars than me.
Yeah.
Like hands down. Yeah. So goats are.
I have a shirt for you. Not
What?
this one that I'm wearing.
About
Although
goats?
this one, yes. I was going to give you this Wayside sweatshirt, but it's like tight on me, and
What
you
does
have
it
bigger
say?
boobs, so I
Eat
figured
pie. Eat.
it says the Wayside Restaurant, Vermont, live free or pie, which I think
All
is
right.
kind of weird because that's New Hampshire's live free or die is New Hampshire slogan. So why do we have the Wayside looks like a Vermont license plate?
Well, because it's in contrast to New Hampshire, live free or die. It's live free or pie
I see.
in Vermont.
True.
Yeah, we don't take that.
Anyway, no, I have
Survivalism.
I have a gray tank top for you, which I know you don't wear tank tops, but it's baggy and you could wear it over something.
Yeah, under
and
something.
it says "Totes my goats" on it.
Nice.
And it's for you.
I often wear tank tops under like my other 5
figured.
layers.
Yep.
So
And
in
it's
the
soft
winter.
and a baggy tank top.
Yeah, but goats are saving California.
From the wildfires, or they're eating.
They're
up
sending
the
them out. They're
underbrush.
sending out the big herds to they saved the Ronald Reagan Library.
Wow.
Yeah. So goats have many, many purposes.
Yeah. Besides being smelly and horrible,
I know you don't like goats. You're a sheep snob. A
I'm
sheep snob. Yeah. That's okay.
Give me a good baby goat. I like baby goats a lot, and
They don't stay baby for long.
I know
That's
it.
the thing. It's like I'd love a baby cow. You know that. I would
Yeah.
take a baby cow. I would do whatever I needed to do to have a
feel like
baby cow.
Our cow still looks like a baby cow. Her face looks like a baby cow, even though she weighs over 1,000 pounds and it's not a baby, and it's deathly killer horns and almost tried to kill us this last week when she got a porcupine.
But you
tail
did.
waxing.
I saw it was a successful
It
operation.
was successful, but we couldn't do it alone. We had to get a dairy farmer who was just so comfortable around cows.
Fantastic.
I don't know how he did it. He was magic, but he got her.
There's some talented people in the neighborhood.
Yeah,
that
that was
people
really
that
talented.
really know how to do like real jobs.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's very useful. Like
Absolutely.
I can divide a peony.
That's pretty awesome.
I don't know how many people actually do that. I can do it really well. I did it this week.
I tried to divide some roses and I was going to
That's
replant
can be
them.
trickier though.
Yeah, and then I didn't replant them in time, so they're just now probably dead in a bucket.
Yes, that can happen. But
Yeah.
sometimes they'll last a long time in a bucket.
Oh.
I've left
But I
stuff
think you
all
can't
summer
plant them when
in
it's
a
super
bucket.
cold like this now, right?
Well, you could try. I mean, what's the worst thing? It'll die.
Right, it's
it'll
already-
either
it's
die
already
in the
maybe
bucket
dead.
or it'll die in the
True.
ground.
Okay,
but
I'm
you
putting
at
them in
least,
the ground.
Yeah, give it a fighting chance.
All right.
And you can trim it back now if you want.
Can I
just
cover
to,
it with something?
Yeah,
Like,
you
can I
can
cover it
mulch
with a little glass
straw.
No, I mean, can I give it some like a little glass dome or something to start it for a while? That it's cold now.
Like a cold frame.
Yeah,
Sure. I mean, why not? It's all an experiment,
it is.
as we say in the studio. Like, it's all an experiment, so don't get all freaked out. Like, don't get all nervous, because it's just an experiment.
I think there's going to be no train today.
It'll be just as we're wrapping. Remember last week?
Maybe
It was just
there's-
as we were wrapping up. It
but maybe
came,
there's
and then we
trees on
said,
the tracks.
I said maybe we're going to go out on the train whistle. Remember?
Yeah.
I said that, and we
Yeah.
didn't. We went on like for a couple more minutes.
I bet the tracks are blocked, though. I mean, all the roads are blocked. Why wouldn't the tracks be blocked?
Okay, quick spelling word.
Okay, go.
Mbira.
What? What?
It's a musical instrument. I have a hard time saying it. Mbira. I don't know how to say it. Mbira. You know, a thumb piano. Mbira.
Does it have two M's at the beginning?
No.
Is it MMBURRA?
No.
Like kookaburra?
No.
I don't know then.
Mbira. Mbira. It's very simple. It's like the instrument itself is very simple, and the spelling is quite simple
word
as well.
Starts with an M and not a vowel.
Well, maybe it was a trick word because it's probably African.
It's another
Might be
language
African.
where they don't have these stupid rules.
I'm sorry, I cheated.
It's okay.
I just wanted to stump you on something and to win.
Well, you have won.
Thank you.
You've won
It's
life.
the only thing I'm going to win all week. I'm not in a big, winning mode.
It's
I'm
November. November is the bad month.
Well, even though I like November, I think my life is on a bad luck streak.
Why?
It just is. It would take too much time to go into all the reasons
All
that
right.
I think I'm having bad luck.
I am too, but...
On a global scale.
Oh, yeah.
Not just, I don't mean just the world, but my world. Mm-hmm. My global is pretty bad luck oriented.
Yeah.
I don't know how to break that. I don't know what you
know.
can do to sort of kick that in the butt and just move it out of the way
I agree.
so your life can move forward. It's like a big thing sitting in the road.
I have some bad luck too. And people are always saying, well, it's because you expect the bad luck. And it's like, I've gotten to the point where I have to be prepared for the bad luck because it's a little easier to deal with. Once
you hope for the best and you get ready for the worst.
That's right.
That's what you do.
Just common sense.
You can spend you can get into sort of a good space and be all hopeful and positive and do affirmations.
And I am often.
And say your prayers at night, and you can do that for a while, but if the bad luck keeps continuing and continuing, you're finally like, what the heck? What's the point of praying? What's the point of
I don't like
being
to
so
go into
positive
every situation
all the time?
all sunny and hopeful when I went and then come crashing down pathetically every time.
Yeah.
I like to be prepared.
Yeah.
I'm a planner.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean I'm not optimistic.
Yeah.
'Cause I usually am pretty optimistic.
And you can be a nice person and have bad luck.
Yes, you can.
Really, you can really be nice and have really bad luck.
In fact, I've noticed the nicer you are, the more
worse
bad luck
you have.
Which seems
And
really counterintuitive because, isn't the world trying to teach you? Isn't karma trying to give you the smackdown if you're a bad person? That's supposed to be the way it works.
That's what they teach you.
But bad people are often having a good old time.
They sure are.
It doesn't give you a lot of incentive to be nice all the time.
No.
But we must persevere.
We can't change. I've tried.
No, I don't
I've
want
tried
to be a bad
stand
person.
up to-
Even if a bad person gets a lot of credit for everything in the world, I don't feel like I can do that. It's just not.
Well,
in
it's
me.
just like that bad person who, says, "Oh, can I have a hug?" And I, instead of saying no, I feel programmed to always say yes.
No, hugging bad people.
I can't get it through my mind that people are manipulative.
You need a bodyguard.
Yes.
We all need a little bodyguard. Instead of those little angel devils that people have on their shoulders, everyone just needs a tiny little invisible bodyguard to just be like, it's okay to not hug that person.
Yeah.
It's okay to say no. It's okay to be like, I don't want to go to your party. It's okay to all these things that we feel obligated to do because we're nice people.
Yeah.
We don't need a person sitting on our shoulder telling us to do bad things, but we need a person telling us to
Just stand up for ourselves.
advocate for our own well-being. That would be cool.
Yeah,
Because
it's
I don't know
just-
how to do it, and I just need that support.
Yeah, I can think it all through when I'm not with people, but as soon as I get in those situations,
know.
the programming kicks in. I can't
Yeah.
override my own early programming that
Ditto.
taught me to appease manipulators.
Totes my goats.
Right. I do need that tank top.
You do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll
Maybe
bring it
that
to
would
you.
help. Simple
I
things
forgot
like
to bring
that
a ton of stuff
sometimes.
this morning. I was supposed to bring
Like,
some stuff for Tim Murphy. I have chalkboards that belong to him up in my wedding barn, and I've been meaning to bring them for the last couple of weeks and leave them here, but I forgot.
Yeah, we need a wishing well, but something small and portable because you can't drag around a wishing well. What
No, they're
would
usually kind of
what could
stationary.
yeah. What can be good luck?
Rabbit's feet? You're a vegetarian. You wouldn't like
I
that.
don't know.
Plus, that's just kind of creepy.
A magnetic bracelet that I was making my Christmas list. I started making my Christmas things of things I want to buy
That's sort of what people use rosaries for, don't they? Sorry, Christmas list, go.
Of things I want to buy for myself.
Nice. That's a good Christmas list.
And I'll keep it around and think about it for a while and think, can you really afford to buy those like coverall overalls? For example, that's on my Christmas list.
Mm-hmm.
There's a mug that I really like that says water is life. That the water protectors, I love it. And I might buy that for myself. Mm-hmm. There's these bracelets that protect you from electromagnetic frequencies.
I thought you had one.
I have the necklace.
True.
But
well,
I
do
just
you need it on all your body parts?
Possibly.
Okay.
Possibly.
All appendages
Well,
need
just for
protection.
some reason, I just really like what they
Okay.
look like. They look like powerful, like I was thinking of not...
Like Wonder Woman's cuffs.
Yes, that's it. That's it, exactly. Mm-hmm. And you can swap out different stones onto it because they have magnets on the back. So you
Don't
feel
things
like...
get brushed off and fall?
No, it's strong. Strong magnets. Magnets.
I'd be a little worried to have really strong magnets next to my pulse points like that, though.
Well, what's the worst thing that could happen?
It could magnet
It could make your
blood.
blood flow better. Like
or worse.
hematite.
Maybe it all
hematite.
clumps up there. What if you have like lead in your system or something?
Well, you just have to be like on top of that. And if it doesn't
I worry
feel
about
good,
those
take
things. 'Cause
it
how do they
off.
know? How do they know how that
People
really affects you?
because they study. They study it.
I don't know if the magnet people do a lot of studying.
So, yeah, some of them do. Some of
Really?
them don't.
Do they have like a university of magnetism somewhere?
Possibly.
I don't know.
There's always smart people.
I think those are the kind of people who
They're-
wrote that birthing book, is what I think.
Well, some of those people
They're macramé.
went
I don't
on to be
trust
like
people
great
with
scientists and
macramé and
mathematicians
magnets.
and surgeons and poets
All right, but
and dog trainers and gardeners. I mean, almost everything. So we got to get off the air.
oh my god!
Yeah.
all right.
So you've been listening to 11th Hour Radio. Thanks for joining us wherever you are in the world.
totes my goats.
And we'll go out on Hunter Pay's song called The Sweat Lodge and The Thief.
Have a great weekend, you guys. Stay warm.
Yeah, take care.
As with the wild buffalo stolen from the plains, there's a thief in the night, try and steal your love away. What is meant to be is all that remains. My nostalgia roams through memories and towns, searching for the one who burns them down. What is meant to be is all that remains. I'm in flames. Hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, hey. I'm in flames. Hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, So when hello grows harder to say than goodbye ever was, be stronger than the thief and anything he does. I don't know what's meant to be or what will remain. 'Cause I'm in flames. Hey, ah, hey, hey, ah, hey. I'm in flames.